Welcome everybody, we are starting into our ESO housing hike. This is showcasing creative player houses in the Elder Scrolls Online. And I'm J.R. Ellis, I'll be your tour guide as we visit a bunch of homes right now on the PCEU server. This is something I stream live each week at twitch.tv/JREllis. You're always welcome to join during live stream, or if you're watching on the YouTube VOD, if you could please subscribe, that helps a ton. So, we're going to go to 4 houses today. We are starting in Lilith 4657's Observatory Prior on PCEU. They have made a Time District Observatory Prior, a big Clockwork City themed home. But what has Lilith done with it? So everything I see here has been totally retextured. I don't know if any of the original house is really visible. So what do we have? There's some of the original house up there, where the sky is the original house. So everything else has really been retextured here. So Lilith, one of my favorite housing decorators. I've visited lots of their homes for other tours or contests. So, oh gosh, where to start with this? Let's start with this greenhouse right behind us. Kind of an underwater feel to this, an aquarium feel. Maybe that'll play into it. Maybe try to get a sense of this. With tiling with the floor. Lots of retexturings using the Alinor wood. Or the marble. Some of these retaining walls. And well, no, those are Markarth platforms. Those are crafted. Or a big Markarth tower and then filling it in. Yeah, so what I love to see with these housing tours are unique, new, original repurposing of furnishings. And so you have all these models, you have thousands of these furnishings. Some of them look really nice just on their own, but you can combine them, overlap them as much as you want, use them as these building blocks or overlap them in such a way that you can come up with all sorts of crazy creative designs. We also have some sort of a control panel over this way. Or an engine. Getting an engine feel from this. Okay. Very colorful all around. Time District. So, a little bit timey-wimey. Yeah, with big hourglass as like the focal point there. Probably a good way to start with this. Really, yeah, just really digging all the textures. Lighting is really key for housing. I see that there's a lot of these lights kind of embedded in here. That really makes all of the textures pop as well. And so much more to explore. I don't know where to really go. Using that meridian sconce there just for the textures. They kind of blend with the marble a little bit. A little bit of an in-between the marble and this kind of more polished brass look. All these windows, canopy bed, using that for the curvature. Getting these nice curves here in the housing. Oh man, it's so crazy. It's like an incredible amount of skill that went into making this. And just time involved with it. Oh, so I have the calibration guide down on the floor. The Skeepeton's just going back and forth. Kind of like it sounded like a little rail. Oh, that's super cute. So we have a little mailbox here. So maybe this is the... It's like a town. So maybe it would be like a governor's mansion type of a feel. Or just a house. It's very fancy, though. Kind of like all these outside windows. Everything's so precise. Lilith does an amazing job with that. Animated clock thing. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of cuckoo clocks. Whether they have a bird coming out or whether they have little dancers that come and spin around. It kind of reminds me of that too. Kind of this clockwork feel to it. Seems totally appropriate. Given the home. Do have some, you know, residents and everything here. Oh, how awesome is this? So this is a mode of transportation. Hot air balloon. Awesome. So we have travelers coming in. Oh, can I get up there? Can I follow that rope? Oh no, I have to try, right? Oh no. Does the rope have collision? Does the rope have collision? Let me get a better look at this and then I'll try it. I'm gonna guess I can't get up there. I'm gonna guess it doesn't. I like how it kind of implies, at least from a distance, that it's kind of posh inside, a little luxurious with the glass windows and everything. A little bit of like a touristy feel to it. Oh, it does not have collision. This is good to know. It's good to know. I had to give it a go. Oh no. Let's go ahead and keep going here. Anything else from here? I might actually be able to go inside. You always have to be kind of aware of the furnishing limits with these sorts of builds. You know, going with a lot of detail with this. Probably can't decorate too many rooms. Precursor seems like a good match for the home here. Using the very top of the Leowen wardrobe, just because it has a good color going on with that fancy fish. Yeah, I love the kind of the facade look to this with all the different textures going on. Very, very ritzy. Okay, can I go in here? Oh, I can. Is there going to be more inside? There is going to be more inside. Oh my gosh. We have a... Is it a shop? Research area? I call it a time district. I see that custom clock up there on the wall. I love that. I love that. Unique look to it. Really doing one of the things I love about housing, which is taking these, you know, three-dimensional objects and you can shove them into various two-dimensional flat furnishings, or walls or floors, and then you can isolate textures, so you can just have parts of that showing. And it really makes it all stand out very, very much so, and, you know, totally creative. Or is it? It's a clock shop. Is that what it is? A lot of clocks everywhere. Yeah, that's definitely the feel I get. There's, well, maybe it's not a shop. Maybe it's like integral to the functioning of this town. But there's, yeah, a lot of clocks just everywhere, like hourglasses and, you know, ropes that would have to be charged up and everything. Okay, cool. Or, yeah. It's like a Universe's Timekeeper workshop. Yeah, it could kind of be like that. I kind of feel like some of these maybe are important. It's definitely a showcase of all things time-wise. Love all the color going on with it, too. Just purple and brown going very well together. Okay, how fantastic. A little bit magical, too. Have all the floating books everywhere. Ooh, we have a... Oh, what is this? Custom typewriter. I think. It's using a couple of those compacts or the skeleton keys. There could be a cash register. I think it's a cash register where you would have different knobs would be the different amounts, right? So maybe it is a shop. Okay, how cool, how cool. Clock shop. That makes sense to me. Okay, I think that will about do it. Thank you again, Lilith, with the amazing time district and the observatory prior. Every little single detail. I like how, like, you can't look anywhere without seeing something creative. Like, just everywhere. Okay, perfect. Perfectly Humbles from chat says, kind of reminds me of the good neighbor town in Fallout 4 with the Art Deco exterior. Might be inspired by something. I couldn't really pick out anything in particular, though. Sapphire says, I love how much of a departure from the original home this is. Incredibly so it all feels. Yeah, it's still very... It has a clockwork feel to it still. Clockwork with the clocks, with the time. Fantastic. Okay, thank you, thank you. We have 3 more homes to get to today. We'll continue along. No particular theme for the housing hike, so we'll see 4 different homes, all different from one another. Neb314 has an Autumn's Gate. They have what they called a small apartment in a townhouse. And they said that they built this for a dear friend some time ago. Maybe a little somber then. Okay, so we have doors. So this is the Autumn's Gate. I always tell people to buy Autumn's Gate. It comes with some flaming fire logs that will sell for like triple the cost of the house, so you actually make some gold off of them if you decide to sell them. And for the most part, it's a small Nord home, but it has a courtyard, so it looks like Neb has only really built in the courtyard. Making this whole custom structure using all these Alnor walls. Really building some height here. Get some good views that way. And never be afraid to build up high in the courtyard. You'll be able to get a better sense of the environment that way. If you like the environment. Some people will build low or cover it up because it doesn't fit the home because they're completely changing it. But in this case, get those lovely, lovely views of the trees and the water out there. Mountains in the distance. Love the fireplace with the curvature again. You know, curvature is such a rarity in architecture. It's fun to see it here in ESO housing design. Custom counters and everything going on. Using several of these Citric tables. You can get the plans for those from the Artaeum vendor. I think not a lot of people know about that. They're bind on pickup, so you can only craft them for yourself, though. Getting beautiful views. Fairly tranquil feel to this. No music box in here, but you have the music, you have the sounds of nature outside. Very peaceful. A little bit of storage under the stairs. Going up. There's cabinets and everything that you might need. Oh, there's a fun bed. Ooh, I like the art. It's very subtle. They're using just a little bit of the, I think, the coral rocks that you can get from the Somerset achievement vendor. Just using the very, very edge of those to kind of get this abstract painting above the bed. How lovely is that? There's very much spotlights the color on that. Very bright green in contrast with the more subdued kind of greens of the other furnishings about. More fireplace. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, very, very modern feel to this. What's the frame? Yeah, the frame is... They might just be clockwork platings. Let me see if I can use the Central Housing Tools add-on. Oh, no, it's a wild animal cage. Maybe the... Oh, the whole thing is the top of a cage, this including the wood texture. I haven't really seen anybody use that way. That's really cool. So they just took the whole cage, they flipped it up, isolating that texture, using wood panel for one thing, and then using the rest of that for a frame. Cool. Pulling double duty with that. Yeah, very clever. Very clever. I always like the two-dimensional art. I've done so many contests here on the channel based around these more artsy side of housing. I always like to encourage people to, you know, get creative with the furnishings. Making a fun umbrella out here. So using a furnishing in a way that was not maybe obvious, right? So you can plunk a chair down and use it as a chair. Probably need to do that a lot of the time. Or you can use these fabrics to make something that's not just hanging fabrics. Get really fun with the designs. Play around with the color and the texture. Tell a story with how you place everything together. This is an interesting way of hanging up fabric. It's almost like it's like a pin board, like a cork board with fabric. There's another name for that. But they're using a bed for that. I can imagine a cloth-covered cork board. I don't know what you would call that, though. It would have, like, styrofoam in the middle. Anyway, and we have a bed out here with the bubbles. Some nice bubble bath. Using a lot of these more rugged dwarven textures. Yeah, I love the bubble bath. Can use snow for that. Looks like bubbles. I think you don't actually sink through those, so I want to be able to like sink down into those. I need a snow pile that doesn't have collision. That'd be great. And we have a sink, and I guess that would be a toilet. Great use of the textures in here as well. Message board? Yeah, something like that. Some way of hanging things up. I love how much this really showcases the nature out there. The autumn look of the autumnscape. Now, they might have placed some of these trees. You can shove furnishings pretty far outside of the housing boundaries. I imagine a lot of them are just kind of naturally out there. They tend to be. They might have made it a little bit more dense here. And I think that will about do it. Autumnscape, not a very large home. It's only 60,000 gold. And you can do a lot with it. Love that frame. Especially since there's not like an awful lot of color throughout the rest of the house, it just really pops. Or wait, there's like a little extra hidden room back here. I suppose it's like a townhouse, so there would be neighbors on the other side here too, right? Ooh, can I hop up there? I'll hop up there. Ooh, I'll get on the other side. No. Might actually be a wall there. I can see the neighbor there has a cat, or is a cat. Either way. Okay. Don't spy on the neighbors too much. Okay, fun. Black Creator says, love all this rough stone texture mixed with the perfectly polished marble. Yeah, it really draws in the rocks that are around this place, kind of just building into it. So, really making it feel like it could belong here. Okay. And 2 more homes today. Thank you again. Okay, next up from Riemann Cerulione the First. Pretty excited about showing this home off because what they've done with this is used a lot of the new furnishings that were added with Waking Flame update, which was just a couple weeks ago, and a lot of the plans you can get from those, the structural plans you can get from the Leowin Blackwood dailies. They're kind of pricey, just for one thing. Haven't really seen very many of them in housing tours yet, so I'm excited to show this off. So you can see a little bit of their castle, Moonsugar Meadow, kind of an empty blank slate you can work with. Let's go see. Okay, Raymond had a little bit of a backstory for me. They say, built during the late First Era, upon the orders of Riemann Cerulione I, this fort marked Riemann's resolve to bring imperial order and security to the recently conquered warring kingdoms of Iniquina and Palatine. Located between the Second Empire's newest provinces, the garrison of this secluded fort stood as a bulwark against Tenmar Forest bandit clans and local Khajiit warlords alike. However, it soon became an open secret that mysterious snake men, rumored to be members of Riemann's newly formed Dragon Guard, were also operating out of the fort. Okay, so we'll see a bit of an imperial design going on with this. There's going to be a Bounties of Blackwood event soon. It should encourage more people to be doing the dailies, and hopefully more of these plans will be dropping. Maybe clasps, the Ivory Brigade clasps, which are required for these, will be dropping with that as well. That'd be nice. Okay, so that's what the style of these furnishings is like. Amazing boulder texture going on with the walls, and again, I haven't really seen anybody build with them yet. I think that's probably about all that there is in this house, so we'll go look at it. So it even has these giant turrets. So like that one thing, that whole tower is like one crafted furnishing. It's like, or it might be two? It might just be one. Anyway, we have the red diamond, banners, it's imperial presence going on. Love this drawbridge. Using some hourglasses that are hanging for that. Leo and posts there with the lights. Just, it's incredible how structural this is. It's so big, right? I love how they've been adding more of these structural furnishings, and they've been like getting bigger and bigger too, which has been awesome. It's flipped. It's two of them. Okay, that's two of the turrets then. Okay, that seems. I was trying to remember how big they are. I haven't actually made any. I haven't learned any of them because they're so expensive, and I always do. I'm a little cheap when it comes to. I've learned all the plans up till the last update. I always wait for prices to come down to save some gold. Then I can do more giveaways and everything. Anyway, I'm just loving the presence of this, and this is only like the front of it, and it's not like a crazy amount of furnishings. You know, like 25 furnishings or something to make the wall and everything. Looking awesome. Oh, I love the grate here. Using those scavenge support beams from Clockwork Brass Fortress Home Goods Furniture. Looks like that would come down and be impassable, right? Again, with the Imperial look inside. That's such a big place. Gosh, this whole thing is like I could just like look at a wall. I just really love the textures. I think I just really like these furnishings that they've added. They even added these doors, and they're functional. I don't know if I'm going to have permission to open them or if there's going to be anything inside. There is going to be stuff inside. Oh, gosh, there's like a lot of rooms throughout this place, too. Okay. Oh, people being inspired. They say, build a castle with a moat in your potentate. So, yeah. Waverly says this is all craftable. Yeah, this is, the Imperial banner isn't craftable. I think it must be an achievement furnishing. But, yeah, most everything else here is. Even these lovely circular lights are craftable. The Alessia furnishing is from Battlegrounds Antiquities. Zenithar is from a furnishing bundle. But, yeah, most all of these columns and everything are all craftable. Pretty expensive with the clasps and the style mats with these, so still hoping they eventually come back around, too. They had this weird thing on PTS that would allow you to get more of the furnishing mats from harvesting, and I yoinked it. I hope they bring it back. I think they just maybe had too many antiquities with that one update, and they pulled one of them back. It happened to be that one. Anyway, we'll see if they get back to that. Oh, let me go look at all these different rooms. So, older style Imperial. So we have like a shrine here. Fantastic. Maybe a bit of an honor to the Divines. Lovely, lovely. Portcullis. Portcullis is the name of the metal gate there. Okay, thank you. Twitch chat has my back. Well, it's a fairly open courtyard here, too. You can imagine a lot of different, like, traffic coming through here, or events being held here, or protests being held here, whatever it happens to be. I can imagine it accommodating a lot of people and, weathering the centuries. Okay, over here we have more of like a war room, planning room. I don't think that they are playing games here. I mean, they might be. I love this idea of taking the gaming tables, because there are quite a few games. There's usually like one per major update, where they have like the Solitude gaming table or the Blood and Snow gaming table here. And they tend to have these colorful little pieces, and so you can sink them down, or there's like the punctilious conflict with the little marbles, and isolate these textures, and then people eventually figured out you could like put them on maps and have these little markers going on all over. It's so awesome because they totally look like these little pieces, like people playing their war games, trying to figure out how to strategize and move troops, and you know which targets to hit and where to fortify, and you know all that goes into that. So I think it's awesome. Could have a joust here in the courtyard. Yeah, that'd be fun. Xanathar is our bro. Yeah, trade B. I like Zenny. Zenithar. Wait. More rooms. I love these new crafted doors as well. They're so big. Oh, we seem to have a barracks here. That was okay. So yeah, we have sleeping quarters with Mora House. I'm going with Mora House there, playing into Imperial lore as well. Oh, they're using the other side of this. So they have all the nice walls and everything with the stone, but then they also have the wainscot crafted furnishings inside, and the fireplaces and everything. So these are all new as well. Haas, worth a follow. Thank you. Oh, they actually framed this. So this is actually an interesting new furnishing that they added. It's from the RIP voucher vendor. It's craftable, but it doesn't have a frame. It's kind of like the Cardinal one, where it just kind of like wraps around the edge. But they used a different painting, probably the back side of it, and just shoved it in there, and now it's framed. And it fits perfectly. So it has a silver frame, and it looks really nice there. Okay, so we have a bit of a mess hall for an Imperial army of some sort. Yeah, I love the textures here too. It's just very subtle. Like, I think they've been doing a really good job with the new furnishing models. And that has to do with the stylings of the new zones that they've been adding. They tend to look very nice, and then they tend to just use the models that they use for creating the new zones to make the furnishings and the furnishing plans and everything. Okay, and more up above. Oh, we seem to have some targets. We have our orders here. Seem to have been able to take out a couple of them. They said something about the Dragon Guard here. Newly formed Dragon Guard. Interesting that they're worried about dragons during this era. I'd had to piece together the timeline on that. Sonafari says, oh, Sonafari with some lore here. Says, Riemann was birthed. His mother was a hill. Don't ask. With the blood of Alessia in his veins, Mora House was probably technically, in a very strange way, a father to him, despite dying long before he was born. Okay, so that's why the Mori House imagery would fit in here. Okay, awesome. Mother was a hill. I think you could lob that at somebody as an insult. Not quite sure. Is there... Ooh, maybe a storage area? Bath area. Laundry area. Little bath area, I think. With a bucket. Going old school here. Fu was here, says magnificent fortress. The rooms alone are great, and actually set in the fortress is even better. Sunfire says tasty are vampiric snakes. Oh, that's what they were getting at with that. Okay, which can inhabit Samurai Emmer and walk like men from the continent of Akavir. Okay, that seemed to be the implication on this. Light to bright. Oh, yeah. Sunfire with lore says they came over from for a time, took over the Empire. They are the founders of what Skyrim players will recognize as the Blades. And then we have Alessia. Very prominently displayed here. Oh, I can get up on the top. Oh, I like the idea of using these winches, kind of like for the gate. So we could lower or raise the gate here. That's awesome. These are just like nautical themed furnishings from the luxury vendor. Oh yeah, I can go across the entire top of this. This is kind of awesome. A little bit more practical that way. I'm gonna hop on the very top, but I can't. I'm a little too short. Maybe I can like hop up here. Ugh. I'm gonna fall, aren't I? I'm gonna slip right through that. No, I'm not. Okay, maybe if I run at it. Ugh. Do you actually jump higher if you have a taller character? I don't think you would, but makes me wonder. Yeah, what an amazing fort. Get a good sense of how huge this is. And the entire floor texture, that's all crafted furnishings as well. The platforms. There's some smaller ones and some larger ones. Oh, this one. Maybe this is set a little lower. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why I feel compelled to do this, but I do. Yeah, elements are nice. I like the little gaps there, too, so accommodating archers and everything. Better visibility. And, oh, let me make sure that there's nothing outside of the fort. I imagine everything that we've seen so far has been 700 out of 700 on the item limit, so really pretty well everything went into making the fort. And the rooms about. Did I look at all the rooms? I think I did. I've been like this structured stairway here with the supports under it. You know, just kind of thinking of the architecture of it and not just having that float there, but really embedding it within this place. Love that, love that. Okay, and I think that will do it. So thank you, Raymond Cyrodiil I, with the amazing fort in the Rin Sugar Meadow. Great showcase of these new furnishings, and like these are so new, and you've already done something so amazing with them. And we'll continue along. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any doors. I think we're good. Meticulous. Love the stairs. Thank you for visiting. Oh, thank you. Here in Twitch chat as well. Thank you. Okay, continuing along. We have Cerulione. Home up next. Something special, unconventional in their Pantherfang. Kind of hard. I think anything's going to be unconventional in Pantherfang since it's so new too. Cool down, one with Apollo. Thank you. Okay, Pantherfang, huge home. Is it still available? Oh no, let me see. I don't know if it's still available for purchase. I don't think it is, unfortunately. Oh well. Oh! What is that clock? Wow, how fancy is this? Do you see this? So we have a boat. It's coming through here. We have a time theme this week. Using a 6th house table for the rings on that. I cannot figure out... they're all styluses from the Brass Fortress achievement vendor, for the lettering, for the Roman numerals, for the clock face there. That's so... It's incredibly perfect. So many slots right there. I know every single one of those lines is a separate furnishing slot. Yeah, that's fantastic though. Look at the colors on that too with the table. Okay, love it. And then we have okay, so we have a train station. Which is what this is. We're buying our ticket. We're getting our ticket here. Time is of the essence, so we get on the train at the right time. And okay, getting our ticket. We got our ticket. We'll hop on a train. This is also Are these built into the Pantherfang? I'm not super familiar with the layout of Pantherfang yet. I think all the portcullis here is built into the Pantherfang. But these lights and everything have been added. I really love how they have been added to the alcoves here. So, some of the dwarven ones. And we have a train. Now, this is, maybe you'll recognize this, especially with the water. Maybe an iconic thing. We have... Yeah, so an interesting thing about this, Pantherfang, you normally think of Pantherfang, you think of the chapel, and the courtyard, and the fort. And that's most of what it is, hard to decorate that. What Cerulione has done here has used the outside part of this house, though. Has a lot of water features. They actually extend pretty far out. So maybe you recognize this. A train with the water. So this is inspired by Spirited Away from Studio Ghibli. And we'll go on an adventure. We'll be spirited away here. Love the train here. You love this. And we aren't done yet. Nope, we're not done. We have to. We're going on a journey. We're going on a journey here. We're gonna follow these tracks. Oh, look how they've done this with the, I think, the Solitude walkways underneath, and then the display cases on top. And we are going to go off on an adventure. Yeah, so you can see the rest of the house here. Oh, that clock actually goes through the other side too. Oh, well, let's go look at the train from the front here. They made 2 clocks. A separate one for that too. And that's the Pantherfang Chapel and the everything back there. Yeah, the front of the train is amazing. Okay, please stay on the track. Yeah, I'm probably going to get slaughterfished if I go off the track. Okay, and we have a bit of a waiting station here. There's a home over that way. I'll get there. There's actually, the funny thing about this, you can continue to see past this, like it continues along. But that's not where we're going. There's an invisible wall right here. But it makes me wonder, did you build out there? I'm not familiar if there's a building out there, or if you somehow were able to decorate that far out. You were able to build the tracks out that far, which is kind of crazy to me. Yeah, so again, implying more. Very artsy feel to it. I've only ever seen like one other house that does this, where you just continue to build a path out, and it always has like this artistic impression. That was Midnight's Grand Citric Villa had a really fun thing, kind of like you want to keep going that way, but that's not where your journey is going. Our journey is going this way. There's a little clock behind and to the left of the train too. Oh wait, I missed another one. Oh no, our journey. I saw. Oh no, there is little clocks. I totally missed that. Yeah, they're like little clocks. Very time focused here. A little simpler here. Using, is it the other type of solitude mirror? Solitude table for that. Awesome. Just for the rim of that. Awesome. Yep. Only using 4 furnishings to make something like that. Pretty effective. Okay. Anyway, our journey is going this way. So this will be... So a lot of the things that you see here are probably going to be references to the movie, including maybe the ferry here. It's probably something. Love these blackwood trees. They kind of arch over. You can get those from the home goods furniture in Leeuwen. And then we're going to, I think, the witch's house here. There were 2 witches in Spirited Away, right? That looked exactly like each other, but I think they were sisters. But with different personalities. The good sister lived here, yes. And so getting inside, and we have all the details. Might kind of recognize some of it. Love the yarn balls and everything. Those oranges really pop. They have so much color there on the table. Very pretty. Great use of like the layaway furnishings as well. Lovely kitchen. Not really using a ton of furnishings to make the stove and everything here, but it looks very, very clean. Zenaba's house. Zenaba? Oh, it's been a while. Zenny. All the Zennies. Trade bee. Wait, no. Oh, very colorful. Oh, I love how full that is. A lot of those flowers and yarn balls and stack cloths and everything. You can get a couple of the flowers from the achievement vendor from like Gold Coast, and then some of the quality fabrics there, just really inexpensive luxury furnishings. They have so much color to them, though. I wish people would buy more of them when they come around. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And quaint bedroom over this way. Love how it's using the water and everything here, too. Kind of very isolated, bit of a swampy feel. Yarn balls? There's two types of yarn balls. One of them comes from Cerulione quest in Vardenfell. It's like a one-time only thing you get as a reward for doing the quest, but it's a guaranteed thing. And another one is just stealable from pickpocketing. I don't remember which you steal it from, though. Yeah, okay, how fun is this? And then I'm trying to. I have seen Spirited Away like twice. I loved it. That was fantastic. I got a DVD of it for a friend at one point, so, as a gift because I liked it so much. Should probably watch it again. Pretty inspirational as far as like the design choices and everything that the studio was known for. Just really paying so much attention to the detail and the textures and the colors and making everything feel so realistic within this medium of, you know, two-dimensional cartoon. And I kind of get that sense here. That's kind of what I kind of am inspired by a lot of the time with housing with ESO. Again, it's this kind of two-dimensional representation of something. But with housing, using it as an artistic medium, you can really draw a lot from it. Get this atmosphere and use these furnishings in a creative way that really breathes a lot of life into them. So, I don't know. I think I've been inspired by this as well. So, you know, I hope that you can be inspired to do some amazing things with housing in the ESO as well. That will do it for today. Again, I want to thank everybody. This is Cerulione's Pantherfang, and we had started with Lilith 4657's Observatory prior with a time district. Really fun with that. Those are clocks. We went to Neb 314's Autumn's Gate with the more modern apartment, and we went to Riemann Cyrodiil I's Moonsugar Meadow with the Imperial Fort, and ended here with Spirited Away Witchy Home, which is all too perfect. Thank you so much. So we'll wrap up here. We'll continue to have fun at the channel with housing tours and contests and other goodies. So again, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, it's free to do so. If you could do that, that would help a lot. So have fun with housing, have fun with ESO, and stay spicy. Oh.